So the Lundquist College of Business Job Shadow Program is an opportunity for students to engage in career exploration early on in their time at the university. It's a chance to spend just one day at a host company, practicing your professional skills and getting a foot into the door of companies that you might be interested in.
First impressions are really important because that makes or breaks a relationship with anybody, really. And in particular with my job shadow, with the nature of the company itself and being a financial representative, first impressions will make or break whether you have a client or not.
When you show a level of respect and professionalism, and through your body language and just through what your actions and your words, that usually comes back to you and how the people act, and they're gonna say, okay, I know that she's serious about this, so I'm gonna treat her with that level of respect she's showing me.
I think it's pretty easy to tell if folks want to be there or not. Smile on their face, jubilant, excited.
I think it's important to be friendly and just have a smile, just because it lightens the mood, it creates a better atmosphere.
So I think for body language, it's definitely important to have eye contact, as well as not crossing your arms or texting, being hunched over. Anything that closes you off from people is really something you don't want to do, especially when you're meeting them for the first time.
It's really important to keep your phone away at your time at the host company. Just shut it off. You're only there for a day. It's really not important to look at your phone.
I think it's important to be punctual for anything. If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, you're fired. So I think I kind of carry that with me a lot.
So for handshakes, it's definitely important to not do a death grip or do like a limp fish kind of deal where you're not really shaking their hand.
Guys, shake women's hands and do it like you mean it. It should be firm. You should be sort of assertive with your handshake, not kind of a little fish thing. And women too, it tends to be kind of a weak handshake, like get in there and shake like you mean it.
3 seconds, 2 seconds, you don't want to hold their hand forever to make it, awkward, and you're like, why is this person holding my hands for so long?
Nice and firm, nothing fishy, and good strong eye contact.
I would recommend that people understand what is currently going on in the company. So if you do a search for recent news articles and understanding if there's any big deals going on or something relevant that's happening, because then you can speak to that and sound well informed.
So preparing beforehand definitely made me feel very confident in my abilities, and it's important to feel confident because then when you're confident, other people can see it and feel it, and it just makes for a really good day.
When it comes to your social brand and social media platforms, there's so many different options out there that students need to be cognizant of anything that is being posted or shared, because once it is visible, it's accessible to anyone, which is a good thing, and it can be a negative as well.
As soon as I get their name, I do Google it. I do see what I can find on social media. So I will find if I can, I'll find their Twitter, their LinkedIn, their Facebook. To me, if it's out there on social media, they want you to see it, or they wouldn't have it out there on the internet.
There's so many ways for employers to actually meet you without having to meet you. All that stuff is kind of a first impression before the first impression.
These companies are taking the time out to have you for a day. They don't have to do that.
Students really need to recognize the fact that first impressions are key. So a strong, firm handshake, professional attire, those are all important things to keep in mind, because you can only get that chance once. And once it's gone, it's gone.